Whoops, I didn't have the mic in front of my face. That's a tough bounce for Blues fans. So I'm gonna, we had to restart the game. And reason being is because I guess my PlayStation said it needed an update, but it still let me broadcast the game. And anyway, so I'm just making a new post. It still let me broadcast, and then midway through the first period, it just is like, oh, broadcast stopped. You have to update it first, which is dumb because it made me. It said I could. It said I could broadcast it first. It let me broadcast before, even though it already knew it had to update. So that was stupid. Anyway, so we are. We're just gonna restart. We're just going to restart, and that's just the way it goes. And it sucks for St. Louis because they were up 2-0 in that game early. But that is a tough bounce. That's just the way it goes sometimes. So get this on Twitter. Okay, there we go. Got the new links out there. What a gong show, man. Anyway, here we go. Start again. So yeah, it just kicked me out even though it let me start the broadcast. So anyway, I updated now, so hopefully everything's hunky-dory. What a gong show. So we're going to be starting a little late tonight. It's alright, though. Take 2, Enterprise Center, St. Louis, Missouri, Predators and Blues, blah, 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 blah. Thank you, Sony, for making the update mid-game and allowing me to start the game, but not finish it. St. Louis gets hosed, but hey, if you can do something once, you can do it twice, so we'll see. Preds up 1-0 in the series. Take 2 of Game 2. Let's just call that a practice run. And, yeah, let's get underway here. St. Louis and Nashville. Again, puck down, underway in St. Louis. Blues control the opening draw. Braden Schenn with it over the line. Schenn, he's got it. He's going to take it into the corner. Turned over to Granlund. Now Gutterson's got it, but an early penalty to St. Louis. So, not an ideal turn of events for the Blues, who... let's just not talk about the first take of Game 2 anymore, because I'll start getting too mad. Jaden Schwartz off for hooking. And just seconds into this one, we got our first power play of the game. Preds win the draw. There's Phil Forsberg as they set up a power play attack, and now an early 5-on-3 for Nashville. Shot saved the rebound, and I think we're getting an extended 5-on-3. I think there's 2 penalties coming here. I think one's going to Parayko for tripping, and I think another one... Well, I think Parayko got 2, so Parayko's off for 4 minutes. So $1.44, 5-on-3 for the Nashville Predators. That's really not what was, I'm sure, on the docket for the Blues to start this game. Michael Granlund turns it over. Ryan O'Reilly dumps this thing in deep, though, and the Blues try to take some time off this 5-on-3 for the Nashville Predators. As now the puck gets turned up ice. Here comes Nashville. Calle Jarnkrok drops off Granlund. Granlund takes it in over the line. Dropped it back to Jarnkrok. Back to Granlund. Stop. Save. Rebound. Bouwmeester finds it. Clears down the ice. Down to 48 seconds, a 5-on-3 for the Nashville Predators. Nashville sends it up. This is Kyle Turris. Turris in over the line, far side. Ellis back to the line, Jarnkrok. Ellis and Jarnkrok trade. Back to the point, Ellis. D to D it goes now. Turris now backhander. Stop. Save the rebound. Oh, that kicked out. Still 5-on-3 for 15 more seconds. Good play to knock it out from behind him by Bennington. One-timer in front. Stopped by Bennington. He's going to hold on. It's Jordan Bennington able to keep that thing out. And look at this stop. They're not going to see a replay of it. But a great save earlier turned in by Bennington. 3 seconds of 5-on-3 remain for Nashville. Preds control. Forsberg, Duchene. Duchene snaps one. Good stop by Bennington. Now St. Louis shorthanded for 2 minutes. Here they come over the line. A good hit there by Roman Josi. And here come the Nashville Predators as still offer. Another 2 minutes is Colton Parayko. Picked up 2 penalties on one sequence of play. Now backhander. Good stop by Jordan Bennington. He's going to hold on. Yes, we'll get a whistle. 2 minutes, 57 seconds gone into this one. As the Preds have spent the lion's share of the start of this hockey game on the power play. 5 shots on it so far. Oshie, Ardvisson in front. Oh my goodness. Ryan Johansen didn't miss that one by much. Back to the line. Forsberg couldn't handle it. Now potential break for Sundqvist, but Forsberg got back there in time, and the Preds have control as they come through the neutral zone. Johansen drops off. Ardvisson to Josi. Josi turned it back. Turned it over, and the Blues have it here. Oscar Sundqvist for St. Louis. Dropped off Bouwmeester. Bouwmeester back at it. Score! Short-handed goal. Jay Bouwmeester, a big one for St. Louis. The Predators, and a beauty, too, from the veteran. From Edmonton, Alberta, Jay Bouwmeester finishes on the backhand. It's 1-0 Blues. As 55 seconds of power play remains for the Preds. A short-handed goal for Jay Bouwmeester. And here come the Nashville Predators over the line. Turned over to Alexander Steen. Steen drops off Bouwmeester. O'Reilly's got it now. O'Reilly into the middle. Oh, here's McEachern. McEachern puts that one up the wall. Calle Jarnkrok's got it for Nashville. Into the middle, Kyle Turris shooting. That one goes just wide. McEachern trying to send this one up the wall, but the Preds control. Here's Granlund. Granlund to Turris. Turris back to the line. Shot tip. Bennington had to be sharp there, and a good stop. 3 seconds of power play time remain. Not only will this be a big kill for St. Louis, but they also pick up a short-handed tally on just one shot in the hockey game. 6-1 the shots on goal favor the Nashville Predators, as here come the St. Louis Blues back the other way. Tyler Bozak tries to center it into the middle. Now knocked off the puck is Craig Smith, and the Blues control in the neutral zone as it's turned over. Justin Falk up to Perron. Perron over to the Bozak shot. That goes just wide, and it comes off the end boards right to Pekka Rinne, and he's going to hold on. The Nashville Predators, as mentioned off the top of the broadcast, they lead the series 1-0. Trail the game in Game 2 by that same 1-0 margin. Preds try to come into the home of the defending Stanley Cup champs and take 2 and go back home with a commanding lead, but a shot through traffic from St. Louis got tipped and went just wide. Victor Ardvisson leads the rush for the Nashville Predators. Ardvisson puts it in deep. Falk now sends it up to David Perron. Perron knocked off the puck, and he's got it again. Here's Justin Falk. Falk carries in for the Blues. A nice little move, but knocked off the puck, though. Victor Ardvisson got it to Jarnkrok, and here come the Nashville Predators. Jarnkrok stops up, waits for an option. In front, Binnington! What a stop by Jordan Binnington. And he's going to hold on, and we'll get a whistle. 6 minutes, 34 seconds ticked off the clock here in the first period. St. Louis a 1-0 lead. Draw one by the Preds. Dan Hamhuis, D-to-D, Weber. Weber turned it over to Jaden Schwartz. Former captain of Canada's national junior team carries it in. Turned it over to Yannick Weber. And here come the Nashville Predators back the other way. Yannick Weber over the line. Little button hook for him. Looking back to Nick Bonino. Bonino let it go. Goes just wide. Now trying to dig that out. Craig Smith to Bonino. Bonino back to Yannick Weber. Bonino again. Rocco Grimaldi for the Preds. Puts it in deep after it there. Couldn't see what blue that was. I think it was Vince Dunn. Rolled by him, but the Blues gained control anyway. Jaden Schwartz for the Blues. Out front it goes. Tarasenko shot saved. Rebound kicked out. Preds control the rebound, and here's Granlund. Michael Granlund near side over to Weber. Weber shoots and scores. What a shot by Yannick Weber. Upstairs on Jordan Binnington. It's 1-1. Yannick Weber's first of the postseason has tied game 2 here in the first period. Oh, what a shot right underneath the bar, and a great play here. I believe that was on the far side. I think it's Jarnkrok. No, sorry, Granlund. Hits the trailing defenseman and makes no mistake on Jordan Binnington. Perfectly placed shot by the defenseman Yannick Weber, and tying the game are the Preds. Granlund and Johansen on the assists. Tyler Bozak takes the puck in for St. Louis after they give up the tying goal. Bozak to Bouwmeester to Steen. Steen now far side. Dumps that one in. Ryan Ellis sends it up to Roman Josi. Josi gets it to Phil Forsberg, and he carries in. Forsberg to Granlund in the middle to Forsberg. Johansen, he's got it for Nashville. Here's Ryan Johansen. He shot it just wide. Johansen again in behind the goal. Ryan Johansen back to the line. Josi, the captain for Nashville, puts it in deep, finds Philip Forsberg. Forsberg off the wall to Granlund. He got it right back, but gave it back to Granlund. One-timer now for Johansen, and a good stop by Jordan Binnington. And out come the St. Louis Blues. Knocked off the puck there is the blue by Ryan Ellis, another former captain of Canada's national junior team. Ivan Barbashev in the middle to Ty Bozak. Bozak lost it and turned it over to Kyle Turris. Turris carries in for the Predators. Centering pass to Forsberg. Excuse me, not Forsberg. That was Dante Fabro. Had a great chance for Dante Fabro, but a better save made by Binnington from point-blank range. Game 2, Western Conference quarterfinal. Predators lead the series 1-0. Tied at 1 here in the game as Kyle Turris sends it down the wall to Colton Sissons. Knocked off the puck by Carl Gunnarsson. And now here's Oscar Sundqvist out here with it. Sundqvist, he's going to look in front. Shot saved, the rebound, loose puck. No one can find it. Ekholm does. Matthias Ekholm shovels it up. And here's Matt Duchene, and just offside was Calle Jarnkrok. We'll get a draw just outside the St. Louis line with 8:39 to go here in the first period. Duchene against Ryan O'Reilly, and O'Reilly lost it to Matthias Ekholm to Matt Duchene. Duchene carries in, trying to center it. Taken away by Zach Sanford. There's O'Reilly over to the far side. David Perron. Perron tries to make a move around his man. Perron still with it. Trying to go back up top, but it's picked off. As here is Ryan O'Reilly. He swims that one around the boards. Matthias Ekholm to Matt Duchene. Duchene, he takes it out over the line on the far side. Duchene drops off Ekholm. Back to Duchene. Down low, Jarnkrok. Now Ardvisson. Right out front. Good defensive play, and out come the Blues. 3-on-2. Ryan O'Reilly with it, leading the rush for the Blues now. O'Reilly stops up, looks for an option. O'Reilly tries to center it to David Perron. Picked off Victor Ardvisson for Nashville. Ardvisson taking it wide, looking for a man back at the point. Fabro has it into the middle. Hamhuis. Dante Fabro, far side. Grimaldi, great shot. Another great save made. Another stop. 3 great saves by Jordan Binnington. And the Blues keep it tied. Now Sanford to Schenn. Schenn out front, lost it. Zach Sanford after it, lost it to Dante Fabro. And here come the Nashville Predators. Rocco Grimaldi. Grimaldi shovels that one in deep. Nick Bonino in behind the goal. Bonino shot stopped by Binnington. He's going to hold on. As the Blues and Predators have a little glitch fest in front of the net. That was fun. 1-1 with 5:44 to go here in the first period. Turris, Watson, and Sissons out there for Nashville. Schenn, Schwartz, and Tarasenko for the Blues as the Blues get their first line out against Nashville's fourth. Watson out front to Sissons, and Sissons just couldn't pull the trigger. Anybody gets it right back on a turnover. Colton Sissons drops off Weber, shot it, blocker, save made by Jordan Binnington, and here come the St. Louis Blues. Jaden Schwartz looking for a trailer. Can't find one. Now he does. To Dunn, and a great glove save made on the wrister from Vince Dunn at the line. Was Dunn just let one fly, and it was Pecorine having to be sharp. Under 5 minutes left in the first period. Ivan Barbashev on the draw against Ryan Johansen. Now the Preds have their first line out against the fourth line for St. Louis. And here comes the first line on a rush. Johansen out to Forsberg, nearly scored. He hit the post. Back to the line, Ellis. Ellis gives it to Johansen. Now to Yossi. Back to Ellis, top of the point. And here come the St. Louis Blues. Just joining us, we're tied at 1 after having to restart due to unforeseen circumstances. Is Sundqvist. Now gives it to McEachern. McEachern sends it across to Barbashev. Barbashev got it to Bouwmeester. Barbashev tries to get it into the middle, picked off by Forsberg. Here's Ryan Johansen for the Nashville Predators. Dropped off Granlund. Shooting! Great stop by Binnington. He'll hold on as the Blues and Predators continue to go back and forth here. Nashville came into St. Louis, hammered them 7-4 in game 1. They lead the best of 7-1 game to none. Draw one cleanly, perhaps a bit too cleanly by Nashville. It splits the defense and comes out. Gathered by Craig Smith on the far side. He chips it in deep as the Blues and Predators come down the stretch here in the first period, tied at 1 apiece. Here's Robert Thomas on the far side. Thomas in front. Bozak to Falk. Falk back to the line. No one wanting to shoot for St. Louis. And here come the Nashville Predators. Craig Smith into the middle. There's Justin Falk. A good defensive play. Now a 3-on-2 rush for the Blues. Into the middle. Steen shooting. Blocked. Goes just wide. Yannick Weber. He gathers it for Nashville. And now it's Rocco Grimaldi. Through the middle of the ice he comes. Into the offensive zone near side. Grimaldi waits for an option. Over to the far side. Dan Hamhuis back to the line. Bonino into the middle. Glove save made by Binnington on a one-timer from Rocco Grimaldi. Don't think he got all of it as Binnington gloved down that slower shot with 96 seconds left in this first period. Goal for St. Louis is Jay Bouwmeester. A goal for Nashville, Yannick Weber. A couple of defensemen getting one. And there's one from a forward. Jarnkrok scores. It's 2-1 Predators. 1:31 remaining in this first period. The Preds have taken a late first period lead. Jarnkrok as he fools Jordan Binnington. And that's a tough one for Binnington, I think. He was a little premature reacting to it. It came loose, and it wasn't, would have been one of the easier goals of Jarnkrok's career. And a pretty healthy Preds contingent here in St. Louis, Missouri tonight, cheering them on, and they have a lot to cheer about right now, up 2-1, trying to take a 2-0 series lead back home. Long shot, block it away by Binnington, and here come the St. Louis Blues back the other way. Schenn drops off for Jaden Schwartz. Schwartz in front to Schenn, and a good glove save made by Pecorine. He's going to hold on, 54.3 to go in the first period. Would be a disaster if the Blues couldn't find a way to take one of the first two out of their own building. As certainly was not in the plans for the defending Stanley Cup champions. As Dan Hamhuis has it for Nashville. As the one time of year you do not want to suffer a Stanley Cup hangover, it's this time of the year. You'll take them at the start of the year. You can recover from those. Dropping the first two of a best of 7 on home ice. Pretty difficult to recover from that, especially going back to that building in Nashville that's always so hard to play in. A long shot high and wide. It's gonna do it for the opening period. As don't go anywhere. Those of you who are joining us live, as intermissions here last all of 30 seconds. We'll take a look at the highlights. And we'll give you a quick explanation as to what happened. So we actually started this game earlier as St. Louis had a 2-0 lead 5 minutes in. The only highlight I guess they're going to show is this Jarnkrok goal. And St. Louis got up 2-0, but apparently, I didn't know this, my PlayStation had to update. I thought you could just still stream live gameplay, but apparently not, and it didn't tell me that till halfway through the first period. It stopped the broadcast and wouldn't let me broadcast anymore, so we had to restart the game. And so that's a tough bounce for St. Louis, but hey, you're only down 1 with 40 to go. So, no use crying about it, I guess, if you're the St. Louis Blues. And I'm sure no one's actually crying, because it's just a video game. Second period about to get underway here in St. Louis as it comes up the near side, picked off by Jaden Schwartz. Schwartz carries in. The Blues trail 2-1 in this hockey game, trying to avoid a 2-0 deficit, going back to Nashville for Game 3. Here's Jaden Schwartz with the puck, carrying over the line. Here he is. Schwartz looking for a trailer, can't find one. He's still got it, takes it in behind the Nashville goal. Schwartz looking maybe to take it out front himself. Drops off. Gunnarsson shot. Oh, I don't know if he saw that one all the way. Just getting a piece of that one was Rene to deflect it wide. And here come the Nashville Predators back the other way. Granlund drops off Forsberg. Back to Roman Josi. Josi to Granlund. Granlund lets it go. Oh, and up and over the net. Is that one nearly bounced in, but here come the Blues. Vlad Tarasenko in the middle, shots a rebound. Oh, what a stop by Rene! Pekka Rene, absolute 10-bell save, absolute larceny, keeps it to 2-1 St. Louis lead. And now there's Duchene with a chance for the Nashville Predators, as this game should easily be tied up here at 2, but Pekka Rene had other plans. Unbelievable by the Nashville goaltender, the veteran in the Nashville crease. Now Duchene again, and a great stop by Binnington as Duchene, 2 chances to extend the Predator lead after his goaltender bailed him out, and I think we'll see it. No, we won't. This is the save by Binnington right afterward. What a stop by Pekka Rene. Wide open rebound, flailing to keep it out. Pekka Rene, unbelievable. And here's Zach Sanford, Blues, absolutely stunned. But here's a chance there for Perron, steered aside easily by Rene. Now O'Reilly knocked off the puck, and here come the Preds, 2-on-2 back the other way, led by Duchene. Ardvisson with him. Duchene trying to get it out front. Take it away from him. Now there's Colton Parayko. He lost it, but the Blues control now. Alexander Steen carrying it in on the near side. Steen knocked off the puck by Dante Fabro. Out front it comes. That was for Robert Thomas. But instead of getting a shot away, it rolls harmlessly to Rene, who covers up. Face off right side of Pekka Rene. Won cleanly by the Blues. Falk let it go. Shot got blocked. Bonino's got it for the Predators. Bonino up to Grimaldi. Grimaldi carries in for the Preds. Rocco Grimaldi turned it over in the middle of the zone, and now 2-on-1 for St. Louis. Tyler Bozak has Steen with him. Bozak stops up, waits, goes back to the line. Falk now to Weber, and turned it over to Weber, and back come the Predators the other way. Craig Smith. Yannick Weber into the middle, hand use, shot it wide. Vince Dunn picks it up for the Blues, and here they come back the other way. Oscar Sundqvist into the middle, Barbashev with speed. Waits, goes back to the line for Dunn, gives it in the middle where Bozak, shot steered aside by Pekka Rene. Kyle Turris has it for the Preds now, carries over the line for Nashville. Turris knocked off the puck hard there, goes in behind the net. That's Austin Watson. Turned it over, however, and now here come the Blues again. Oscar Sundqvist with it to St. Louis. Turned it over right in front of the net, and the Predators control. Kyle Turris, he's got it for the Predators. Turris back to the line. Right out front it comes, and a good save turned in there by Binnington. Here come the St. Louis Blues the other way. With it here, McEachern. Out front, Pietrangelo. Oh, what a stop there. Loose puck, Sundqvist. Another stop by Pekka Rene. Out of his mind tonight is Pekka Rene trying to steal one for the Predators and take a 2-0 series lead back to Smashville. Back to the line, McEachern, shot blocked. And now here comes Forsberg as the Predators gain control. Oh, what a hit on Forsberg by the captain, Alex Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo to Ryan O'Reilly. O'Reilly through the neutral zone, turned it over to Cole Sanford. Pietrangelo and company with it in the neutral zone, and they can't gain the line. Now they do. Perron into the middle. Sanford, he got a good chance and a good stop there. O'Reilly puts it in deep for Zach Sanford. Back to the line. Now up front to O'Reilly. He couldn't pull the trigger, and the Predators control back the other way. Midway through regulation. It's 2-1 Preds. Parayko on the turn back. No breakaway. Tarasenko in. Shoots. Glove. Saved by Rene. And he's going to hold on. Vlad Tarasenko. Glorious chance on a breakaway. Look at this hit by the captain, Alex Pietrangelo. Lowers the boom on Phil Forsberg. who had a massive game in Game 1, 3 points, propelling the Predators to a 7-4 victory on home ice, road ice over the Blues. Oh, shot tipped by Schwartz. And having to be real sharp there was Pekka Rinne. That changed direction quite a bit, I think, and Rinne flashed the leather. Face off right side of Pekka Rinne. And this one and controlled by the Nashville Predators. Calle Jarnkrok has it for Nashville. Jarnkrok over the line. There's Hamhuis. Hamhuis turned it over. A penalty coming to St. Louis. Here's Ardvisson. Ardvisson drops off for Hamhuis. As no Blue can touch it up. Oh my. Oh my. A 5-on-3. And for the second time tonight, the Blues have 2 penalties called against them on the same sequence. 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes. Nashville looks to extend a big penalty kill here for the St. Louis Blues. Ellis to Ardvisson, shot blocked. Now it goes back to Ellis. Ellis and Duchene trade. Ardvisson into the middle, Jarnkrok. Jarnkrok shooting, glove saved by Binnington, and he holds on. As Calle Jarnkrok looking for his second of the game. Predators still on a 5-on-3 for a whole minute and 42. Draw one by the Blues and fired the length of the ice by McEachern. And the Nashville Predators have control in their own zone. Ardvisson up the far side now. That's Johansen. Johansen shooting. Stopped there by Binnington. Loose puck though in front, and it's found by Duchene. He scores. I think that Jordan Binnington lost sight of it and couldn't find it. And it's a power play goal for Nashville. 3-1, the Predators lead it. Jay Bouwmeester is the one that's going to come out of the box. And Matt Duchene is going to be the goal scorer for the Preds. As Binnington made the original stop, I just think he lost sight of it. And it was the Preds who found the puck right at point-blank range. And no mistake there from Matt Duchene. And they'll still be on a power play, 5-on-4 albeit, for a minute 14. So St. Louis down by 2 here in period number 2 in game 2. Far side, Johansen with it for Nashville. Into the middle, Duchene. Duchene back to the line. Ellis let it go. Save, rebound. No one could find it. Johansen digging in there. Puck squirts to the corner, and the Preds have control still. Ardvisson, shot steered aside by Binnington. Here is the St. Louis Blues with it. Oscar Sundqvist stops up, looks to go into the middle, and Justin Falk just couldn't get a shot away. Now a 2-on-1 for Nashville. Turris over to Granlund. Back to Turris. Shooting glove stopped by Binnington. He holds on. 8:25 to go in the second period. Nashville is still on a power play just for 7 more seconds, however. Nashville won it. Back to the line. Now Forsberg tried to go up top. Now it's picked up by O'Reilly. Tarasenko joins him on the rush. O'Reilly sends it down low. Tarasenko, the puck never got to him, and the Preds control. With it here is Roman Josi for the Nashville Predators. Carries in. There's Smith. Shot. Stop made there by Jordan Binnington. And here come the St. Louis Blues. Jaden Schwartz over to Braden Schenn. Into the middle, Tarasenko. Shooting glove save made by Pekka Rinne. And he's going to hold on as the Predators continue to hold a 2-goal advantage here in game 2. And talk about how huge this game is for both teams. Nashville, if they can take both out of St. Louis, on a quick shot there, Tarasenko nearly scored. If they can take both games out of St. Louis, we know how raucous that building back at Nashville is. They call it Smashville for a reason. You can go there with a 2-0 lead, and repeating for the St. Louis Blues will look awful bleak. Here's Yannick Weber. Weber carries over the line for the Predators. Dropped off, back to the point. There with it, Craig Smith. Smith sends it down low. Now it's picked up by Justin Falk. Here is just Jaden Schwartz. Gains the line, sends it in deep. We'll have more playoff action for you tonight. After this one, the Jets are in Vegas to take on the Golden Knights. Winnipeg leads that series. Dropped off to Hamhuis. Shot glove save made by Binnington. That's Winnipeg also the road team to start that series. So they try to bring it back to the Winnipeg whiteout with a 2-0 advantage. Tomorrow we'll have 4 games for you going late into the evening. As we'll start out east, and then we'll work our way back west. The finale, Trats out front for Dunn. The finale tomorrow going to culminate in Edmonton and Calgary. As we'll get you a time on that one later. A quick chance back for the Nashville Predators. They almost made it 4-1. This here's Matthias Ekholm in the neutral zone, but he turned it over nearly to O'Reilly. But the Predators able to regroup and get it back in. Here it is offensively. Forsberg sends it in down low, looking for Granlund. Granlund turned it over to Justin Falk. Falk, up it comes now to Oscar Sundqvist. Sundqvist takes it in. He turned it over, but got it right back. Sundqvist drops off Parayko. Turned it over now, a 2-on-1 maybe for Nashville. They're late in a shift. And it's dropped off Turris right off the bench, and a good save by Binnington. As Nashville is late on a shift, that 2-on rush would have been a lot more dangerous if maybe the Preds had a little bit more gas in the tank. Turris, Sissons, and Watson are the fresh legs out here for Nashville right now against St. Louis's fourth of Barbashev, McEachern, and Oscar Sundqvist. Turris drops off Hamhuis. Hamhuis back to Weber. Shot through traffic. It's tipped and they score. Austin Watson, second of the postseason. And the Preds all of a sudden are running away with it. It's 4-1 in the second period. Yannick Weber, he's got a goal tonight too, and a good low shot right for the tipping. Yes, I made that up. That's trademarked. Look at this one, is deflected through traffic. Binnington, no chance. Austin Watson, who scored a goal in Game 1, has one here now in Game 2. And late in the second period, Predators lead by 3. It's 4-1 Nashville. And another power play coming to the Blues. Excuse me, the Preds, yes. Ty Bozak this time. He's off for hooking, and I mean, look, it's obstruction of hooking is the official call, but I mean, look, the wheels might be coming off the St. Louis Blues playoff run before it could even really get started. Of course, 2 games is not much. This game ain't over yet, but still, to go back to Nashville 2 games to none down is quite significant. As here's Matt Duchene carrying it in over the line for the Predators. Dropped off Johansen's shot. Stop made there by Jordan Binnington. And here come the Blues back the other way, but it's turned over. Now Johansen up front to Duchene, and a great stop by Binnington. That one might have been the dagger if the Preds could score that one. Yeah, that would have put them up 5-1 with only 23 minutes to play in the hockey game. Would have been a mountain to climb, especially against this Preds team that's fairly solid defensively. Ardvisson let it go from the near circle, and that's stopped by Binnington. He holds on to it. Face off to the left side of Binnington. Preds win it. Ellis over to the far side. Now to Johansen at the near side. Sharp angle shot. And it got stopped by Binnington. Here come the Blues on a short-handed rush. As now Matt Duchene picks up through the neutral zone for Nashville. 2.5 to play in the period. Duchene shooting one. Blocker save made there by Binnington. And now here come the Blues on a short-handed rush back the other way. 22 seconds of power play time for the Predators. Oscar Sundqvist lets it go, and a good stop by Rene. He elects to hold on. Just 15 seconds of power play time remaining for the Predators. 2:12 to go in the second period. 4-1, the Preds lead it. Draw to the right side of Rene. It's won by Nashville. There's one last power play rush led by Kyle Turris, and Turris lets one go. Glove stave by Binnington, and we'll get a draw with only 2 seconds now with power play time remaining for the Preds. Face off left side of Binnington. Last year's rookie sensation. Draw one and controlled by the Blues, and Parayko's got it. He goes off the wall, and now out. Here comes St. Louis now. Steen sends it in deep. With it there, Roman Josi. Josi shovels it up Kyle Turris, and here come the Nashville Predators once again. Craig Smith over the line, far side. And in the middle, Jaden Schwartz picks it off. Right up the middle it goes to Braden Schenn, and that'll draw a Bronx cheer from this crowd who say, finally, the St. Louis Blues get a power play. It's going to be tripping against Phil Forsberg, as it would have been a breakaway for Schenn. Not clear cut, though, so it'll be a penalty, not a penalty shot. Blues will have this power play carry into the third period unless they can score on it. Here in the second, a shot through traffic got blocked. St. Louis controls. Nick Bonino turned it over, though. Back to the top of the point. That's for Tarasenko. Now to Thomas. Robert Thomas. Shot. Stop there. Arena, another stop in front on Sanford, and he's going to hold on. There was Zach Sanford with a good opportunity for St. Louis. We're into the final minute now of the second period. 42.4 seconds remain. Face-offs 20-18 for Nashville. Pietrangelo turned that one over. Ekholm sends it down the ice. Back to get it. It's the captain, Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo digs it out of his own zone, and here's Vlad Tarasenko for the St. Louis Blues. Tarasenko, ooh, that one going. Not able to handle that cleanly was Rene, but he kept it out nonetheless. There's Jaden Schwartz. Final seconds of the second period. Schwartz lets it go. Good block by Sissons. Down the ice it'll go. That'll do it for the second period. Predators take a 4-1 advantage to the Lockers after 40. Not where you want to be if you're the St. Louis Blues, to be sure. That was the big save. That would have tied it up at 2. Jaden Schwartz absolutely robbed. This is the 4-1 goal tipped home by Austin Watson. 4-1 Preds after 40 here from St. Louis. Look at the shots again. 41-25 Nashville, but 5 power plays for the Preds. Blues will get a chance here. Oh, the Blues do have a short-handed goal. Blues will get a chance here to finish up on the power play at the start of the third. Gotta think they gotta have one on this peeps. Gotta have one on the PP here. Blues and Preds start of the third period. 4-1 Predators lead it, trying to take a 2-games-to-none advantage over St. Louis. There's 50 seconds remaining on the Blues power play, but the Preds carry in short-handed. Bonino shot it wide. Jaden Schwartz with it for St. Louis. Off the wall, he goes to Schenn. Schenn leads a rush for the Blues on the power play. Schenn looking for an out lane, finds O'Reilly up front to Schwartz, jam it away. O'Reilly's got it now. O'Reilly, he's tied up with Bonino, dug out by Colton Sissons and down the ice, and that might do it for this Blues power play. They continue to trail by 3, nearly scored there late on the power play, but now a chance for Schwartz again, far side glove save made by Rene. He holds on. As the St. Louis Blues, with that power play expiring, I mean, that's just a tough one for sure. Draw to the right side of Pekka Rene. It's won by the Blues. One-timer, Vlad Tarasenko, and a good stop by Pekka Rene on the shot. Face off, left side of Rene once more. Schenn on the draw. Won cleanly by the St. Louis Blues. Schwartz up front to Schenn, he scores! Braden Schenn gives the St. Louis Blues a little bit of life here in the third period. $1:21 in. Cuts the Predator lead to 4-2. Plenty of time to go. The defending Stanley Cup champs certainly more than capable of putting up 2 in 18 minutes or so. They'll have to do it now if they hope to split in their own building. 18:39 is what remains in this third period as Braden Schenn gives the St. Louis Blues a little bit of life. Carl Gunnarsson on the draw. After the draw, stick it in, but turned it over to the other number 4, Ryan Ellis for the Predators. Dropped off Johansen. Johansen drops for Yossi. Back to Ryan Johansen down the near sideboards. Dug out. That was by the Blues. Johansen tries to spin it in deep. Could not get it there, though. Now here's Ty Bozak leading the rush for the Blues. Tyler Bozak taking it into the corner. Out front for Steen. Jamming away. Loose at the side of the goal. Came to Thomas. He nearly scored. Back to the line. Pietrangelo walking in. Pietrangelo shooting. That shot blocked. Goes to the far corner for Jarnkrok. And now here come the Nashville Predators. This is Ryan Johansen. Turned it over to Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson's long pass. Picked off in the neutral zone by Nashville. Roman Josi. Fabro lost it to Victor Ardvisson, and here come the St. Louis Blues. David Perron in the middle. Lost it. Preds have control. Kalle Jarnkrok for the Nashville Predators. Takes it over the line. Looks out front by Fabro. What a stop made by Binnington. Keep that one in mind if the Blues do end up coming back. That one the dagger for sure. Sanford scores! Zach Sanford. A leaky goal on Pecorine. And the St. Louis Blues, who trailed 4-1, now have it back 4-3. St. Louis back in business in this one with plenty of time left. As this crowd cheering their defending Stanley Cup champions, trying to get this thing back even to 4. Sanford just scored the big one. One-timer! Bouwmeester didn't miss it by much. Jay Bouwmeester nearly tied the game for St. Louis. That would have sent this building into an absolute frenzy. Now here's Perron shooting. Stopped by Rene. He'll hold on. Pecorine making a big save, keeping his team on top, just barely clinging to a lead right now. It's all Blues. Momentum decidedly with the home side. Nick Bonino on the draw. One. Bouwmeester shot it. Great stop made by Pecorine. Over to Weber. Weber gives to Rocco Grimaldi. Grimaldi over the line. Turned over, and now here come the Blues. Jaden Schwartz. Schwartz into the middle for Schenn. Schenn lost it. And now 3-on-1 Nashville. Craig said, what a hit by Bouwmeester. Now 2-on-0. Grimaldi just missed it. Grimaldi, he's got it again. Bonino turned over to Tarasenko. Now a 3-on-2 St. Louis. Jaden Schwartz to Schenn. Shot stopped by Rene. Holds on. 13:58 to go in the third period. Jay Bouwmeester. Risky play. It was 3-on-1. He decided to blow the guy up, but apparently it didn't matter. Led to a 2-on-0, but, you know, to each their own. That's fine. I guess it's fine. Here's Barbashev. Drops off Falk. Let it go. Stop made there by Pecorine. Sent it through the crease. And now Sundqvist puts it in deep. Oscar Sundqvist lost it. Barbashev out front looking for Sundqvist, but lost it. And now here come the Nashville Predators. Austin Watson. Watson with a goal tonight. Watson shoots. Stopped by Binnington. And I don't know what happened there, but someone went through the crease, ran over Binnington, and Binnington just chucked him into the corner. Here's Austin Watson now. Watson turned it over. Now here come the Blues back the other way. With speed. Odd man rush. Barbashev. McEachern. Shot stopped by Rene. Loose still. As the Preds gain control just in front of their own goal. Still 4-3 Nashville. Trying to cling to this lead and take a 2-0 series lead back home. Dunn turned it over. Fabro to Watson. Watson lost it. Sundqvist gets it up to Ryan O'Reilly. In the middle, O'Reilly shooting. Goes just wide. Now Dante Fabro sends it through the middle for Granlund. Granlund's got a break. Marcus Granlund. Backhander stop made by Binnington. Granlund now loses it out front. It's going to come one-timer from Forsberg. Goes wide. 2-on-2 here. St. Louis leading the rush. This is O'Reilly. Drops off. Dunn ripping it. Oh, that missed only by a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean an absolute country mile. Here come the Predators. There's Philip Forsberg. Dropped off Fabro. Ekholm walks in. Didn't shoot it. Gave it to Forsberg. Forsberg now in the high slot. Gives to Fabro. Back to Forsberg. Over to Fabro. Shot. Tip save. Rebound. Ardvisson and Colton Parayko. Great defensive play on Victor Ardvisson, who would have had that rebound and able to pick his spot. But Parayko pestered him enough, didn't get all of him, didn't get all the shot, and it rolled harmlessly to Jordan Binnington. Keeps this a 4-3 Nashville lead. 10 minutes to go. Blues trying desperately to tie it. Schenn shooting, stop made by Rene. Now potential 3-on-2 rush coming for Nashville. Calle Jarnkrok drops off Duchene. Duchene into the middle. Josi, one-timer, goes just wide. Binnington picks it up off the end boards, and he holds on. The St. Louis Blues trailed this thing 4-1 coming into the third period. They had 2 quick goals in the first half of this frame, and that got them back to 4-3. They still need 1, 9.5 to play in the period. Here with it behind the net, Vladimir Tarasenko got it to Braden Schenn, and he leads the rush for St. Louis. Tarasenko lost it to Nick Bonino, and here come the Predators back the other way. Bonino carries it wide. He goes back to the line. Roman Josi back to the line. Ellis up front. Grimaldi. Josi and Ellis trade. Ellis sends it down to Bonino. Josi over to the far side. Grimaldi out front, and a great stop by Binnington. Jordan Binnington making some key saves here late going to keep the Blues right in it and try to keep them and look at his team tied. Out front it goes. That was for Tyler Bozak, and he couldn't bury it. A hard hit just inside the line. Blues keep possession. Alexander Steen turned it over to Bozak. Now for Thomas. Goal! Bobby Thomas ties it up for the Blues. It's 4-4, and from 4-1 down with just minutes remaining. The St. Louis Blues have tied the hockey game back up. 7:48 to go. And this building's going bonkers. Four with 7:48 left. Robert Thomas. Ty Bozak carries it in for the Blues. Goes back to the line. Thomas just scored. He's the hero right now. But they're going to need a hero at least once more tonight, or will the Predators find one? Here's Forsberg, drops off, picked off, and here come the Blues back the other way. Thomas and Bozak, they have a 2-on-1. Robert Thomas, Bozak, backhander, stopped by Rene. He's going to hold on to it. Bobby Thomas. He's the man right now in St. Louis. His jersey's going to fly off the shelves tonight. 6:55 to go here. It's a big game for St. Louis, as we keep talking about. You do not want to drop both at home. The St. Louis got hammered in game 1, but they're tied here in game 2. Oh, Lucid decided goal. What happened there? Predators score. That puck got underneath of Binnington, and that is a classic EA Sports goal if you ever saw one. Look at this one, just ripped it. It just chills on the line here for a hot minute. And then Ardvisson goes in and just pokes that thing home. That's a tough one. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's probably one Jordan Binnington has to have. Can't have it leak through him like that. And this crowd back to stunned silence. 5-4 Nashville. Just over 6.5 to play here in the third period. Blues need another hero. Oscar Sundqvist with it. Tied up by Matt Duchene. Duchene, he lost it down low, and Yannick Weber got it to Calle Jarnkrok. Jarnkrok over the line. Jarnkrok stops up, looking for a trailer. Can't find one. Hamhuis helps him out, though. Calle Jarnkrok over to the far side. Found Ardvisson. He's got the go-ahead goal right now for Nashville. It's Victor Ardvisson, knocked off the puck, squirts to Jordan Binnington. He's going to hold on. 5:20 to go. 5-4, Preds lead the Blues. Face-off coming to the right side of Jordan Binnington. O'Reilly, Sanford, and Perron out there for the Blues right now. And now turned over Sissons to Watson. Glove save on the backhand made by Binnington. Watson looking for his second of the game, third of the playoffs, and third of the series. As the Blues win the faceoff in the defensive zone. Now here's David Perron over the line, into the middle, trying to find a pass out front, finds Sanford, back to Parayko. Bouwmeester shot. That goes just wide. A good stick by Matthias Ekholm to deny a pass out front. Here come the Preds back the other way. Dante Fabro sends this one in deep. There's the veteran Bouwmeester. Bouwmeester got it up. Now Parayko over to Sanford. Back to Parayko. Now comes to Bouwmeester out front. Bouwmeester looks for Parayko. The Edmonton native, former Alaska Nanook, turned it over, and here come the Nashville Predators. Colton Sissons out front, shot it high and wide. There's Watson. Watson turned it back, and here come the St. Louis Blues. Zach Sanford. Sanford trying to get it into the middle, turned it over. 3 minutes to go in regulation. Blues trailing by a goal. Here's Roman Josi, glove save by Binnington. Keeps the Blues very much in this thing. Time for one to be sure. 2:57 to go. We'll keep an eye on Jordan Binnington as we approach the final destination of this hockey game. Here's Jaden Schwartz over the line. Schwartz shooting, stopped by Rene. Rene elects to keep that alive and maybe just keep the clock ticking here as Marcus Granlund in over the line on the near side. Granlund knocked out the puck by Pietrangelo, and now Braden Schenn's with it for St. Louis. Schenn over the line, into the middle, picked off, and back the other way come the Nashville Predators. With it there, Craig Smith, far side, drops off Ellis, right back to Smith. Grimaldi at the line. Lost it. Ellis now trying to get this one out. Braden Schenn. Buck 39 to go in the frame. Craig Smith back to the point. Ellis. Smith into the middle. Grimaldi scores! Rocco Grimaldi might have plunged the final nail into this coffin tonight. 6-4 Nashville. Grimaldi snapped one high blocker on Binnington, and the St. Louis Blues, who drove a dramatic comeback, might not even get overtime out of it, it appears now, as they trail by 2. With 1:25 to go in the third period, Rocco Grimaldi from Craig Smith and Ryan Ellis. Ellis has the puck now. Over to the far side, Josi. Josi lost it to Bonino, and another penalty to St. Louis. And if the Grimaldi goal wasn't the nail in the coffin, I think that Robert Thomas penalty might be. So St. Louis will be shorthanded for the remainder of this hockey game, of course, unless they give up another one, but that's really counterproductive if you're trying to get back into it. So St. Louis will now need at least one, will now need 2 short-handed goals to get back even in this one. Over the line comes Steen. They're going to be 5-on-5 because Binnington heads to the bench. Now turned over, Victor Ardvisson up to Duchene. Duchene carries in, dropped off Johansen. Chance at the open net. He passed it. Now it comes out front to Johansen. He'll shoot it this time, and he'll plunk it into the open net. And look at this. Where game 1 ended up final. It ended up 7-4 Preds after in game 1. It's 7-4 Preds here. With just seconds remaining. And that is definitely it now. The Nashville Predators come into the home of the defending Stanley Cup champions and win 2. And they're going to be up 2-0 on St. Louis going back to Tennessee. As Tarasenko let one go, and that's stopped there by Pecorine. The rest of this thing is academic now. Jaden Schwartz drops off Jay Bouwmeester. Back to the line, Parayko. Parayko Up top, Bouwmeester. There's Tarasenko off the post. And Bouwmeester's got it. Jaden Schwartz back to Parayko. Shot blocker saved by Pecorine. And that's up and over the glass with 16.8 to go in the third period. Nashville has absolutely stunned the St. Louis Blues, winning 2 at the Enterprise Center in Missouri. Parayko at the line, glove stopped by Rene. Rene will keep it alive, and that might be the last play that Pecorine's got to make tonight. Is maybe not, but yeah, it will be, because Forsberg's going to get it, and he's just going to run out the clock. Preds win it. 2-0 series lead. And the defending Stanley Cup champions stunned on home ice. We go back to Nashville with the Preds only having to split to put the champs on the brink. St. Louis, a great effort to come back and tie it up at 4. But a tough, leaky goal on Jordan Binnington. That proves to be the winner, and there's the burial goal from Rocco Grimaldi. This is the winner. It's Victor Ardvisson, 7-4, the final. Preds lead the Blues 2-0 in the best of 7. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a sweet chin music for sure for the Blues. Back-to-back 7-4 L's. Surrender 14 goals on home ice to start the series. You score 4 in each game, which should be enough to win a playoff game, and you lose both. Not good. Look at the 3 stars. Johansen, the first star, goal and 2 assists. A goal and 2 apples for Victor Ardvisson. And I'll let you go guess what Mac Duchene got. It was a goal and 2 apples. Shots, Preds hammered him. Well, not hammered him, but 52-45. Better than last time. 77-52 after 40. Preds hammered him in the first. Had a lot of power plays, though. 20-7, 21-18, and 20-11. St. Louis in the third. Wasn't enough, obviously, to overcome it. St. Louis out-face-offed him 33-25, but that doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. And here we go. Look at that. 14 minutes and penalties. Probably something you can't do if you're the Blues, down 1-0 in a playoff series. Let's have a look at the scoring summary. 343 and a shorty for Jay Bouwmeester. Alexander Steen, the lone assist on that one. So St. Louis actually led this thing 1-0. But then it's 4 unanswered for the Preds. Yannick Weber from Marcus Granlund. And Ryan Johansen at 8:19, 18:29. Calle Jarnkrok from Ardvisson. And Matt Duchene, that's his third of the postseason. So this is where they pop up. That's nice for me. I don't have to really keep stats. Matt Duchene gets one for the Preds, his first of the playoffs. Makes it 3-1 from Johansen and Ardvisson, and Austin Watson tips one home from Weber and Hamhuis. It's the second assist there at 15:55. Then the Blues come back with 3 of their own to make it 4-4. Braden Schenn from Schwartz and Gunnarsson at 1:21. 4:10. Zach Sanford from Perron and Pietrangelo. 12:12. Bobby Thomas, his second of the postseason, from Ty Bozak. But then the Preds, they roll all on their own. 3 unanswered. Ardvisson unassisted. Grimaldi from Smith and Ellis, and Johansen from Duchene, the empty netter. And that is it from St. Louis. What time is it? 6:23, so we'll say 6:30. We go live with Jets and Knights. We'll see you soon, but that's it for now.